die with you. Greetings, everyone. Okay, so I did ask all my viewers what you guys would want me to talk about on one of these videos. So I looked at your questions, and a lot of them was about Lucifer. I did make a video on Lucifer, just more of the background of his name, the spirit's name. It's here. You just have to go through my videos. But I did do the best I could at the time to put and compose something for you guys. But I will kind of expand a little bit more on what my true feelings of the origins of Lucifer and all of the spirits. You have to remember, there's so many different creation stories, and these spirits have traveled through our time and expressed themselves in different signature frequencies for us to communicate with them. But there's always a link to more ancient sources of them. And that's why it's recommended to do spiritual work, and to do real dark work is where you find their essence, their true nature of their primordial draconian energy. And that comes with experience and years and years and years of working with them. You won't just get everything you need to know by working with one spirit one time. They grow with you and they teach you more as you develop your spirituality and open up your mind and your conscious. But you have to go through these initiations. You have to remove a lot of your trauma, your ego, your character defects in ways so you can perceive them without fear and understand their nature. Lucifer is an archetype in a way. Okay. Lucifer is angelic and he's demonic. He stands and represents rebellion, illumination. He is the one spirit that kind of rescues people who have been brainwashed by Christianity and sets you free from that. That's what he did with me. Okay, that's what he did with me. And it's funny because my spirit did not vibrate on a level of Christianity ever since I was young. I've explained this before. I've seen Lucifer in an angelic form when I was a child. I saw spirits when I was a child. I saw demons when I was a child. That's what put me on the path I'm on today. But I had no clue that there was this path. I had to seek out this shit and go through a lot of shit to find like-minded people and different schools of thought that were me, you know. It's very difficult to go to a library. I did go to libraries and I tried to look for philosophies, and the spirits tried, the first time I really they tried to gear me, because I had nowhere to look, was alchemy. I had no clue what alchemy was, but I was in a really rough spot, and I was getting all these alchemy symbols and signs. I had no clue what they were. This was like 8 years ago, 10 years ago. That's when I was going in the library, and I started to put things together. I started putting pieces together. My whole life, putting pieces together. But there was a question about what's the real truth of the gods, where do they really originate from. This is weird. It's so complex. There's so many avenues. There's so many things out there, but you have to keep in perspective science. You can't just only have your spirituality that's subjective with other people who experience the same thing and not understand the science behind it. Evolution. They now have the new Webb satellite that's going beyond our star systems, way beyond, further beyond Hubble telescope could go through. We've advanced. It took 20 years, I think, to get this cool ass, you guys should look it up. It's called the Andrew Webb satellite. It's trying to see right from the Big Bang. The Big Bang. That's the creation story that the ancients tried to explain, which is kind of amazing because they had no way to understand that, but they did tell the stories of creation with the gods, of the void, the nothing, the abyss. There was nothing, and then thought came out of it. In every system, there's that darkness was first, and creation came out and counteracted itself and created angels, demons, whatever you want to say. Well, that's more the Abrahamic religions, but the more Sumerians, and well, hold on, the Sumerians are the aliens, you know, and they actually have the sky people come down, so they had actual contact with do we know this for a fact? No. You know, it's very, very difficult, but when you do work with the gods, these spirits and these currents, it's you open up parts of your consciousness and memories to times when you existed in that time period, or you tap into a collective memory. Oh, I don't know, but I know that I have a lot of memories of a lot. Okay. I had to go back and chop this up because I kind of fucked up a little bit on some knowledge about Lucifer. I was gonna say something. Well, I did say something. I'm like, oh wait, no, that's not right. So now I have to redo another half, which it's like 11 o'clock at night right now, but whatever. So what I was saying is, okay, so Lucifer is in the Bible and means, you know, the morning star, which is Venus, which can be linked back to all the other gods that are linked with Venus. A lot of people see Lucifer as a female. I've never. That's, you know, but some practitioners work with Lucifer as female. But it doesn't matter about the gender because they kind of all have those within themselves. It's how they present themselves to you as an individual and a practitioner, how they know you're going to resonate with them, and they can draw your spirit to them, and then they can work with you. That's why this is a lifelong thing. It's not like something you just dabble in. Like, you can't just call up spirits and understand them. It's a lifelong commitment, relationship. But what I do know is there's a lot more different currents out there that has not been presented. And what we have to keep in mind as practitioners is, you know, we read other people's tomes and, you know, their gnosis, but you can, some people are hesitant to do other people's work, and I think that's very ignorant, because you can learn a lot from somebody that's able to tap into a certain current and bring forth a material object where others can do their rituals to see if it works for them. And if you're afraid you're going to connect to egregores or false spirits, that's something you have to learn as an individual to decipher. You know, but Lucifer's the rescuer. Samael, you know, a lot of Michael W. Ford's work, he kind of puts all of the adversaries together, all of the dark goddesses together, because they all have these spiritual lineage connection vines, or I don't know. But different, you know, there's different energy frequencies to them, but there's like the dark divine mother, dark goddess, working with the dark goddesses, you will see a pattern of energy frequencies, but different, because they're different. They have their own sentient intelligence to them, but they have this same quality to them, and you're only going to know this if you work with them. So yeah, okay. So yeah, Lucifer is more of the Abrahamic, Judaic, Christian fallen angel story, mythology of the fallen angel. Lucifer fell. Sometimes some Bibles, like there's different translations of the Bible, say Satan, some say Lucifer, some whatever. But if you go back to the different aspects of Lucifer, you can see him more as Prometheus. That's like the best, really a good description of what Lucifer is doing. Prometheus, you know, he's the one who gave knowledge to humanity. He didn't want them to be slaves. But who, you know, I will say this, working with Lucifer in the Primal Craft, his energy frequency is a lot different than the Lucifer with the Abrahamic one. And Samael is not Lucifer. Satan is not Lucifer. Belial is not Lucifer. But they all come from the same family. You know, that's how I see it. I mean, Samael is just darker, but Lucifer's dark as fuck too. It's very complex. you have to work with them to understand them. I'm not a scholar, you know, but I have been at this for almost 10 years. Not quite, but almost 10 years. What else question did someone ask me about Moloch? I haven't, no, was it Moloch or Baal? Baal is a Mesopotamian god. If you want to know more about that entity, just work with the Sumerian pantheon. But he's been carried out. He's been carried through time, he's been interchangeable, you know, to Beelzebub. But I haven't really had intense workings with him, so I cannot give you my perspective and my experiences with him. I have felt his energy, and it is powerful. A lot of the more ancient, well, guaranteed, but no, see, I'm gonna get myself in shit here. the goetic spirits are very powerful, and they always draw me back to them. There is something about the goetic spirit. Well, I can tell you what's about them. There's so many people that have worked with them that have given them so much power. That's why they're powerful, especially today, in this day. They're famous. They're really famous. They got movies. That's the other thing I wanted to say. This reality reflects through like our spirituality and our imagination, and the way that the spirits do try to show us how they are is through movies. It's through movies. Like, you know, when you watch the movies, you know, the Clash of the Titans, that gets to me. Like the first time I watched it when I was a kid, I loved that, because there is a spiritual genius behind it, and they teach us how to see them in our mind, and we can create them through movies so other people can see them and get more comfortable with the idea of that. I absolutely wish I could be a filmmaker. That's one thing I wanted to do in this life, was be able to create stories for our gods, our ancient spirits, and do really good quality movies about them, to represent them the way we see them, not how Hollywood sees them. That's why I do my music. A lot of my music has always occult knowledge in it, or occult themes to it, because I'm trying to just give myself and you guys something to listen to that's not just about fucking money and hoes. Even though I do say I'm a hoe no, I say I'm not a hoe. I'm the hole in your soul. That's what I say. Okay. But anyways, that's not what we're going to talk about. But, so yeah, I haven't worked with, I haven't had extensive working with Baal, but briefly with Beelzebub. Now, Moloch, I have not worked with. And I have this weird feeling not to work with him. But sometimes when I have a feeling about a spirit like that, it's usually because I should work with them. But Moloch is a deity that it was worshipped in the Mesopotamian times. And he's a bull god, but powerful. He's another Satan. He's just another aspect of Satan, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's pretty popular these days. But I've never felt his energy, so I can't give you my experience with him. Sorry. And Melphis, I have a video. I think that's my most viewed video, almost 3,000 here. But Melphis is a really great spirit to work with if you want to learn how to work with mirrors and open portals. He's very sexual, and for me anyways, he was very sexual and very hypnotic and seductive, vampiric, like most spirits are vampiric. What else did you guys ask me? Just keep in mind that reality is, what, as above, so below. All the principles that the 7 hermetic principles, understand that, because that's really important to understand how the cause and effect works, and stuff like that, especially with these entities. But once again, like, whatever your destination is for this life is what spirits are going to be attracted to you. And some of them will connect with you, some of them won't. Be that manifester, be a creator. Destroy what you have to within yourself so you can become what you are. I don't know if I said this in the earlier clip, but when you connect with these ancient forces and these daemons, you will eventually meet your genius. You will see your daemon, and it is so bizarre and so reassuring though, because it's like your God self looking down at you, and it's like a soul check, you know, like I'm just kind of a puppet here right now. But when you learn to connect to your true evil genius, your true soul that's helping you here, which is just a part of it. I don't think it's the your whole soul, but whatever that is, you can achieve a lot more in life. And that's what we really want in this life, is to achieve our goals. It's not to sit in our room and do rituals. That ain't gonna do shit for you, because I'll tell you something, you're gonna fucking, well, okay, sorry, let me backtrack. Yes, it will do something for your immortality for sure, but you probably won't want to exist here. And like, Earth is not that bad. Earth is actually really fun and pleasurable. We get to have a lot more pleasure being physical than being spirit. We can eat and taste, we can fuck, we can have these emotions, even though spirits do have emotions, but not to the degree that we do. But they get to experience it through working with us, and that's the thing. They get to experience life through us. That's why you can eat your offerings. You know, you can offer your spirit an offering, your God, and then eat it and tell them, well, they'll know. Let them enjoy that offering through you. Okay. Yeah. Remember, don't let anybody fuck with you.